Hello, have you just been diagnosed with long COVID? Well, rest assured, you are not alone in this world with long COVID, because you're joining a world of sick people who are all suffering from long illnesses. Think of this. We have long multiple sclerosis, long heart disease, long chronic fatigue syndrome, long irritable bowel syndrome. It's been going on for a long time. So you're not alone. You're not alone. No. And of course you want support, don't you? But people have to understand, and you're going to find that people just don't understand all these strange symptoms. You see, this is the problem with being chronically sick, having a long illness, because you tell people how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and their reaction is, you go to the doctors and the reaction is, nobody knows what to say. Nobody knows what to do. You see? This is normal. This happens all around the world for people who are suffering from long illnesses. But I want to give you a piece of advice as a granny. Yes, granny knows best. First, don't try and run before you can walk. No, I know you can't run. I know you can't run. I know you can struggling to walk. But the fact is, you will never ever be able to run quite as fast as you did before COVID. So it's a case of adapting. You need, I think, like all of us, to take one day at a time. Live one day at a time. Pace yourself. Don't try and do too much, because you're ill. And you don't need to feel guilty. No need to feel guilty. It's not your fault. You cannot help being ill. But people do get very annoyed with people who are ill a long time, because they can't handle your illness. You're handling your illness as best you can. But they who are not suffering your illness cannot handle watching you trying to handle your illness. They cannot cope with watching you suffering. So they get angry with you. You've got to try more. You've got to make more of an effort. Don't feel sorry for yourself. They get very irritable, very bad-tempered with you. And you're thinking, I'm not well. I feel so ill. And they're shouting at me. Yes, because they're scared. They're scared because they can't cope with your illness. They're frightened. They're frightened. And another piece of advice, count your blessings. Count your blessings. try and focus on those things in your life you have to be grateful for. And I know what some of you are saying. I've got nothing to be grateful for. Nothing. Ever since I've had this illness, my life has been turned upside down. I have nothing to be grateful for. So don't give me lectures about being grateful. But it's the little things. I want you to just stop. Look out of the window. Look at the robin. Look at the leaves. Look at the grass. Enjoy your cup of tea when you stagger out of bed, feeling very, very unwell. Enjoy your cup of tea. That was a lovely cup of tea. Enjoy watching your favourite television programme, EastEnders, Strictly. Don't feel guilty about watching television in the day. Enjoy it. It is important, very important, that every day you have a little pleasure in your life. What is your pleasure? I don't feel like doing anything. Nothing, I feel so ill. Yes. But there's something small perhaps you like to do. We could perhaps listen to some music. We could perhaps do a crossword, word search, listen to the radio, watch a soap. Go for a very short, leisurely walk. Very slow walk, getting the fresh air. The fresh air, that's another little thing. Fresh air does you good, and it does you good up here. Even sitting in a chair outside, in winter, in the cold, for 20 minutes, wrapped up nice and warm, will not probably do you any harm, because it's invigorating, and you'll come in and you'll feel slightly refreshed. You see? Slightly refreshed. So you have to learn to pamper yourself, right? Look after yourself, because you're expecting other people to look after you, aren't you? And you will find that they'll stop. Yes, they'll stop. I've had enough of this. It's gone on too long. I can't cope with this. And they don't even have your illness, and they can't cope, you see. And you might find that those who are there to help you also might draw back because they don't know what to do to help you. They really don't know what to do. They would like to help you, but they don't know what to do, particularly doctors. So when they appear a little bit offhand and irritable, it's because they can't cope seeing you so ill, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. You see? One GP even said to me once, I have read your notes, Devorah, and I can see that you have suffered. I don't like seeing patients like you because it makes me feel inadequate, because I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You see? Because at the moment, particularly the BBC, they're going on about people seeking support. I'm seeking support. I'm seeking support. I'm seeking support. This sounds very, very, very cruel, what I'm going to say to you. Very cruel. But think about it. Consider it. You're going to have to learn to self-support. Self-support? What is self-support? Well, self-support is like putting on a bra. Particular women watching with large bosoms, large breasts will know exactly what I mean. They're hanging down to your knees, swaying from side to side as you walk, and you feel, I do need some support. So up we go when they pull them up. And you feel actually a little bit better because you've self-supported yourself. And it might be you have a little bit of a tummy. So it might be you have to wear a panty girdle. But you'll feel a little bit better for that. So it's like, what can I do to help myself? Because nobody out there can support me. So what can I do to support myself? So all the time you have to be thinking, how can I make life more comfortable for myself? You have to explore. Is there any alternative medicine? It won't be a cure, but it might help and give support. Cushions, wonderful things, always underestimated, but they are fantastic for giving support to your neck, your legs, your feet, your arms, your back. Incredible, incredible. Look around you for things that can give you support. The best way to support yourself is your attitude. How you are thinking will determine how you are feeling. You see, at the moment, how you are feeling is determining how you're thinking. But you have to reverse that by deciding, taking a decision on your attitude. Attitude. 1. Count your blessings. Thank God, thank the universe. I have a bed. A lot of people in this world don't have a nice, comfortable bed like you. A lot of people in this world don't have a pillow. No pillow. No duvet. No. No indoor toilet. They can't just sort of stagger out of bed and go to the toilet. No. You can make yourself a cup of tea. You can lounge on the settee and watch a bit of television. There's so many people in this world who are homeless and they have nowhere to go. But you have a home, you have a bed, you have access to water, don't you? You have a kettle. Get a hot water bottle. Never underestimate the power of a hot water bottle to help ease and comfort you in your time of incapacity. You see? So that is the way to be. How can I help me? Don't be expecting people to be sympathetic. But they might to a point at first, but then people do get fed up of you. They get fed up. They're fed up. She's always ill. He's always ill. You see, with an acute illness, everybody's, was there anything I can do? Anything I can do? Anything I can do? Anything I can do? Oh, you must ring me. You must ring me. Tell me. Anything I can do. Anything I can do. Anything I can do. And when you say, would you mind doing something? Oh, could you not ask somebody else? I'm rather busy. I didn't mean you to ring me. No, I'm just saying it because it sounds nice, doesn't it? Anything I can do, just ring me. Anything I can help, just ring me. And this is what people say. And you will find, if you ring them, if you were to knock on their door, they'll be, I was wondering if you could do me a favour, if you could help me. I don't know. I don't know. We're just a bit busy at the moment. Is there nobody else you could ask? No. Well, you said if there was anything you could do for me to contact you. Yes, but I didn't mean it. I was just, making myself sound good. Making myself sound good, making myself feel good. Aren't I a lovely person? I'm offering help. But I don't actually want to do it. No, people don't want to do it. They might do it once. Once. Everybody likes to do something once. Yes, I'll go to the shops for you. Oh, that is so nice of you. Oh, I do appreciate. Oh, it was fine. Anytime. Just give me a ring. Oh, I do appreciate it. That is so nice. You're amazing. Oh, I know. No, it was no trouble. Yes, I am amazing. No, it was no trouble. But if you ask them again, can I ring you back? And they don't. They don't. You see, in my long experience of 25 years of chronic sickness, the best people to ask for help are total strangers. Total strangers. If you just lean out of the front door or your window and say, help, 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 you probably will get some help. But if you approach your friends, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I'm a bit busy. Look. I'll ring you. Right. I'll ring you. I'll ring you tomorrow morning. Oh, I was hoping you could help me tonight. No, I'll ring you tomorrow. I will ring back. Oh, yes. Oh, I did mean it. I will ring you. I know. I'll pop round and see you. Oh, will you? They don't. They don't. They don't. And you're going to get very, very disappointed and feel very, very hurt. But this is how it is for the chronically sick, for the people with long illnesses. You see, we have to lower our expectations of other people and of what we think they should be doing for us. You see, because they can't cope. People can't cope with long sicknesses, long diseases. But the nurses do. Yes, but they're on a shift. They come on 12 hours. Yes. And then they go home. And they come back. Also, they don't have to deal with you for the whole 12 hours. Hmm? Hmm? You see, if you're at home with your wife, your children, your spouse, your partner, they have to put up with just you for hours on end. And that's where it gets hard. One of the things people try and do, which is not a good idea, those are the people that are watching you suffer, is they try and imagine what it must be like to be you. And the problem with that is many people have a very, very strong imagination. And because they have such a strong imagination, they cannot cope with what they imagine you to be suffering. Now, we, the chronically sick, we long sufferers, have to learn and do learn to somehow adapt, somehow sort out our approach and attitude towards our suffering and our pain. But you see, those outsiders can't see what's going on in here. What they do is imagine, and what they imagine is probably far worse than what you or I are going through, because they exaggerate everything, probably 15 times, you see? And so that makes them terrified, you see, because they then get in a state, because they see you're suffering, they imagine something 20 times worse, because they're wanting to understand you, but they're using their imagination, right? They're not necessarily researching the facts, but they're trying to imagine, and they get carried away, you see. You see, we all have to learn. It's a very lonely place to be, really, but we all have to go through it and navigate it. You see, people can say, other sufferers can say, oh, ah, yes, I know what it's like. Yes, I know what it's like. But at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself all the time, you see. You can go online and draw and join groups. It's amazing the power of a hug online. People go online. I know, I'm an experienced counsellor. I've seen it. Counselling doesn't necessarily work for suffering. No, you probably don't need counselling. Do you know what most people need? Hug, 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 kiss, kiss. Hug, hug, smile. Oh, smile. Oh, I know how just you feel. I know how you feel. I'm sending you hugs, 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 kisses, kisses. I've sent you 20 kisses. Go, girl, go, girl, go, girl, go, girl. Thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you. I know, I'm in the same place. I know, it's terrible. I'm in the same place. Hugs, 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 hugs. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Do you know what that is? In a word, love. That's what people need, is love. You can have somebody go online, suicidal. I can't cope. It's just too much. I've tried everything. And I just don't think there's any point, it's too much. I can't. Everything's just escalated now. I just don't want to go on. And you know how people will respond to that. Hugs, hugs, kisses, kisses, hugs, hugs, kisses, 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 hugs, hugs. Little love part, little love part, little love part. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you. Ah, thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you. Ah, 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 ah. Hugs, 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 hugs. A virtual hug. I'm sending you a virtual hug, a virtual hug. Hug, hug, hug. And you know what happens? Without exception, every single person will say, I'm feeling better now. Isn't that extraordinary? As a trained counsellor, I find it extraordinary that this is helping people so much more than all the therapy. Oh, I need counselling. I need counselling. You need counselling for COVID. No, you don't. No, you don't need counselling for COVID. You don't need counselling for long ME. You don't need counselling for long irritable bowel syndrome. No, probably you would benefit from a virtual hug. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you, go girl, thinking of you, go boy, go boy. You're brave, you're brave, you're brave. Pat yourself on the back. You're brave, you're brave, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, inside and out. You're fantastic, you're fantastic, you're a great person. Love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, kiss, kiss. It works. It works. It works far better than any counselling session, because when you're suffering from a long illness, you want to know that people care for you. And it's the little things, you know. We don't need a lot, actually. I'll just put the kettle on and make you a nice cup of tea. Now, how hard is that? But you know, I know people with long illnesses. You have a husband downstairs. You have 2 teenage boys. Do they ever think of saying, Mom, do you want a cup of tea? No, never, 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 never. Has anyone ever suggested to me, do you know, Devorah, do you fancy going for a drive? Because I know you're not very well and you can't walk much and you're not very well at all and you're very weak. What about me taking you for a drive in the country? Oh, I would love to go for a drive in the country. Wouldn't you, with long COVID? Get in the car, just sit back, relax with a cushion, and I will go for a nice drive. Put on some glasses, go for a nice drive. Look out of the window. Wouldn't that be lovely? Has anybody in 25 years suggested that to me? No, nobody has suggested that to me, because people don't think of things like that. No. Has anybody rung me and said, I'm just ringing. Is there anything you need from the shops? Is there anything you need? You know, are you all right for bread? Do you need any eggs? Huh? Is there anybody I could ring to say, do you know, could you post an important letter for me? It's very important. I have a postal vote. I'm a postal voter in the elections. Is there anybody I could ring and say, would you mind popping round to post my postal vote? No, no, there is nobody I could ask. And if I did try and ask, they would say, well, I'm a bit busy at the moment. Can't you get somebody else? Can't you find one of your friends? Why are you ringing me? It really is hurtful, because I thought you were one of my friends. You see? But you see, friends, most of the time, the friends you have had up to this point did not become friends with you to be there for you in chronic sickness. It's a bit like the wedding vows. Yes, will you be there in sickness, not just in health, but will you be there in sickness? You will be there in health. Oh, yes, I'll be there in health, no problem. Will you be there in sickness? Oh, of course, of course, of course. Oh, yes, of course, I'm going to be there in sickness. Oh, of course. No, people can't handle it. That's why so many couples separate. They can't handle it. Chronic sickness is very hard for the observer. They can't handle it. But you say, I'm the one who's going to. Yes, we know, but they can't handle it. They didn't sign up to that. You see, you say, real friends will stand by me. But it isn't that they're not a real friend. It's that they can't handle your illness. You see, they were a friend to you in that you went out clubbing, didn't you? Going out, we're going to have a great night. We always go out, me and the girls, every Friday night. Great. We go out, we get a Chinese, we have a great night. That is the basis of your friendship, to have a girls' night out, have a few drinks, and you go for Chinese, and that's the friendship. But that friendship cannot cope with long sickness. That person cannot cope with seeing you pale, debilitated, in pain, and probably completely changed. Because we do change. All chronically sick people change. And this is quite normal, right? Because you're going through suffering, and suffering changes you. It can change you for the good, and it can change you for the bad. And that is really down to you as to your attitude, you see. You can be so miserable and unhappy because of the disappointment of the way people are responding to you. Because they're not, after a while, that concerned about you. They're irritable, slightly bad-tempered with you. They are accusing you. They are not understanding. They can't listen. People cannot listen. Very few people can listen more than, I would say, in my long experience, 20 seconds. Most people can't listen more than 15 seconds. Did you know that? Have you ever timed it? I have. Yes. Most people cannot listen more than 15, 20 seconds. They can't. They can't. They can't. If you really need somebody to listen to you, you've got to pay them. You have to pay them. Because they have been trained to keep their mouth shut, you see. You see, ordinary people can't listen very long. They also, particularly women, have to are trying to come up with an answer, you see. And women, I have found, with chronic sickness, always make me feel inadequate. But have you ever thought, Devorah, with this long illness, have you ever thought of going to the doctor? Actually, I have. I've had this long illness for 25 years. Yes, I have been to the doctor. That's a mark. Thank you so much for suggesting that. I would have never have thought of that. I would never have thought of going to the doctor. And you know, people genuinely think they're being helpful. You have a headache. Perhaps you should take some paracetamol. But you know, I'd never thought of that. I would never have thought in a million years, if I had a headache, of taking a paracetamol. But this is what people will be suggesting to you. And it will infuriate you, because you just want to say, do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I don't know that if I have a headache I should take a paracetamol? But you see, they're trying to help, right? They're trying to help. And the suggestions are absolutely stupid, idiotic. But you can't say that, because they think they're being helpful. Because they can't cope with your suffering, they have to find a solution. Because if they can find a solution for your suffering, then it will relieve their suffering. Do you see what I mean? Because it's not about you. No. It's all about them. You see? This is what you find out about people. Chronic, long suffering will teaches you an awful lot about human nature, and really how human beings actually can't take heavy loads. They can't. They can't carry heavy loads for years on end. Not many people can. This is why a lot of couples end up separating. They get divorced. Friends stop coming because people can't cope. And what you need to do when this happens, because it will happen, is to remember they can't help the way they are. They can't help it. They simply can't cope seeing you as you are. And the thing is, when you've been sick for a long time with long illness, you have changed in ways that perhaps you're not aware of. And people out there can see it. And because you're changed, they feel uncomfortable with you because this is like a different person. This is not like, Rita, we're having a laugh, we're going out to the clubs, we're going to have a laugh, and you're not laughing anymore because you're in so much pain and so much discomfort. And I've been talking for a very long time because my decades of experience, you see, are just pouring out of my mouth. But I hope you newbies with long COVID will reflect on my words and that you will find them helpful for the days, the weeks, the months, and maybe difficult, changed years ahead. But I'll leave you with one word of wisdom from David Attenborough. He says, human beings are the most adaptable species on the planet. We can adapt. We don't want to adapt. We want everything to go back to the way we were. Like Barbara Streisand, I want to go back to the way we were, to the way we were, to the way we were. No, it's not going to happen. You'll never quite go back to the way we were, exactly the same. I want it to be exactly the same as the way we were. No, it's not going to be exactly the same. When you improve, you will have to adapt. Things change. And if you can learn to just try and accept that and count your blessings, you will be able to perhaps navigate your new changed life with a changed attitude, because it's how you're thinking up here that will determine how you're feeling. So don't expect too much from life, from doctors, from friends, from acquaintances, from medicine. Don't expect too much from medicine. No. But your dog will always love you, and your cat will be faithful. You will find animals are very wonderful creatures. I have a guinea pig. She is faithful. She's always there for me in the middle of the night when I'm feeling restless. And it's caused as I find the morning and I feel and I pick up my little guinea pig and I go, oh, sweetie pie, oh, and I stroke her. Oh, little piggy. Oh, you can't put a price on it. You cannot put a price on it. So may God bless you as you journey and join us, the World Federation of Suffering, and remember, we all here, you've joined a world community of people just like you, suffering with all kinds of diseases, mental, physical, emotional. Some people are having all three, some just have two. But we're here. You're not alone. Remember that. At 4:30 in the morning. Nobody else suffers like me. Oh, they do. They do. They are. That moment. Around the world there will be suffering. People suffering just like you. Just like you. So perhaps if you believe in God, you could pray. Not only for yourself, but for all those other people who are suffering just like you at 4:30 in the morning.